You might have a childhood friend whose Facebook post upsets you. You might avoid family gatherings. You might distance yourself from friends. You might feel tense about interacting with certain coworkers. This divisiveness is taking a toll on the mental health of the American public, with most adults reporting increased stress associated with political conflict. We are having trouble talking with and listening to people whose political views are different from our own. We choose news sources that support our beliefs. Our choices guide the complex algorithms of social media that tell us what we want to hear and shield us from opposing views. We find ourselves in a collective existential crisis as we disagree about what is truth. As media frames opposing viewpoints as shouting matches and comments on Facebook and Twitter convey vitriol and accusation, we shy away from people and organizations whose positions may conflict with our own. We take refuge in echo chambers of like-minded people expressing views we support, cheering each other on as we rake our common enemies over the coals. Within our bubbles, we are free from challenge, safe from alternative perspectives, comforted by our own certainty. Made of soap and water, bubbles are beautiful and fun and magical. But they are also fragile. The bubbles we create from political insulation are similarly unsustainable. If we cannot survive outside our bubbles, if we cannot tolerate listening to our friends and families and neighbors, if we cannot see beyond our own perspectives, if we view our fellow citizens as enemies, how can we sustain our relationships, our communities, our country? Moving beyond our bubbles. Despite these divisive dynamics, I am hopeful we can bridge the political divide. My personal and professional experiences inform this hope. As a professor of counseling psychology, I teach classes on helping skills, leadership, and community collaboration. I conduct research that informs policy and practice, and my expertise has been solicited by the Institute of Medicine, Congress, and the White House. I've organized and facilitated educational programs and difficult dialogues in communities and professional settings about a range of topics, including sexual orientation, law enforcement, and religion. My life's work is not just about understanding problems. It's about what can be done to alleviate them. In the wake of the 2016 election, the problem of political polarization was evident, and I started developing tools to help people who were struggling with the disconnect between themselves and people outside their bubble. The flowchart that will resolve all political conflict in our country, which I introduce in Chapter 1, is where I began. Within 6 months after the election, I was offering a 2-hour interactive skills-building workshop for my local community. Hundreds of people have participated in the program since that time, with an overwhelmingly positive response. When I ask people what they're taking away from the workshop, participants say they have developed a more open mind, greater willingness to listen to others, less fear of confrontation, and confidence to keep trying to connect rather than withdraw. They also express commitments to use the skills and perspectives they gained. For example, one participant said, "I need to stop trying to convince others on the other side of their erroneous thinking and instead listen more to understand where they are coming from." One described the workshop as a reminder that to have true dialogue, I must listen and be open even when the ideas presented feel threatening. Another stated, "I will try to judge less, take my time, and look at other people's views." Particularly promising was the shift from feeling discouraged to the expression of hope. People started asking me for more resources, more than I could offer in a flowchart or 2-hour session. So I wrote this book. My aim is to support people who want to connect with those who have different political views and values by offering concrete skills